Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel Tech Bits with Aniket. In today's video, we are talking about every C++ learner thinks about, which is the best IDE to use. If you saw my last video, which is on how to install C++ compiler, then you have definitely the next question in your mind, which IDE we should use. But before that, do you know what is the full form of the IDE? IDE means Integrated Development Environment. ID can be made for various purposes, like depending on target audience and the functionalities it offers. Here are some categories of IDs that can be developed. First one is general purpose ID, then language specific, AI, machine learning, embedded systems, game development, cloud based, AI powered. There are lots of different IDs are there. And we need general purpose IDs because we are in learning phase. So let's search on the internet about the which is the best IDE we can use. Since we are not expert in the coding and we are just in the learning phase, it's always a good idea to check on the internet and see what others recommendations before making our choice. So let's search on the Google which is the best IDE for C++. We can get lots of suggestions there. When you enter, you can get first option Visual Studio because it is very popular in the market. Don't confuse in between the Visual Studio and Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio is used for production purpose, for high level purpose, for software development. VS Code is kind of code editor. You can use it as a IDE also. It is lightweighted. It use less memory than VS Studio. There are few things you should consider before choosing your IDE. Uh, is that IDE simple to use and is that IDE simple to set up? Because the simplicity is everything. You are working daily basis on that IDE, so you should be comfortable. Then second one is that IDE should be running fast. If if it's lagging, then it will slow down while you are doing big projects. Then then your IDE should be support debugging extensions and customizations it will need in future. Then it is compatible to your system, means to your operating system. If not, then it will be a big issue in future because it will not find and it will throw errors. So let's talk about some of the best ones. Yeah, so first one is Visual Studio Code. You can say VS Code also. It is lightweight open source code editor by Microsoft. It supports multiple languages and extensions. Some advantages are it is fast and lightweight. It has extensive extension marketplace. It supports Git integration and debugging tools. It supports multiple languages. On their side, you can see the VS Code is supporting those languages: JavaScript, TypeScript, Python, C hash, C++. VS Code has some disadvantages also. It can get slow when too many extensions are installed, and it is not full-fledged IDE. So for advanced features, it needs extensions. The second one is CLion. It is JetBrains IDE specifically designed for C and C++ development. The pros are it is a smart code analysis and interfactoring tool. It is integrated C make support. Cross platform compatibility is also one of their advantages. Debugging and testing tools, it is supported. Debugging and testing, it's a good thing. Then some disadvantages are, uh, it is paid software, means it requires subscriptions, and it need lots of space because it is very heavy, and your system will be slow down if you install that. So minimum 16 GB RAM is mandatory. The next one is Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio is a full-fledged IDE by Microsoft. It is based used for .NET, C Hash, C++, and enterprise level development. There are some advantages of Visual Studio also. It has feature-rich and debugging profiling tools based for Windows and .NET development. It supports multiple languages and frameworks. It is great for large-scale products and projects. That's why it is widely used in the market. Some cons are there. It is very heavy and slow at a low end system. Means if you want to install VS Studio, then you need minimum 32 GB space and 16 GB RAM required. Otherwise, it will be slow, and it is very complex for beginners. So it is good that if you want to choose in between VS Studio and VS Code, then you choose VS Code first. The next one is Sublime Text. Sublime Text is a code editor like VS Studio. It is lightweight and fast text editor with a clean interface. Some advantages of Sublime Text are, it is extremely fast and responsive. It has simple UI and great customizations. It supports many programming languages. Some cons are there. It is not full-fledged IDE like VS Studio Code. It lacks of debugging tool, but VS Studio has debugging tool. And another disadvantage of Sublime Text is, if you want to use most advanced features, then you need required paid license. So it is not free and it has limited access. The next and last text editor is Vim. Vim is highly configurable, efficient, and powerful text editor. It is run in the terminal, and it is an enhanced version of the classic VI editor. And it is widely used by developers and power users for coding, scripting, and it is used as well as text processing. Vim is also known for its model editing, extensive customizations, and speed making. It's one of the most hackable editors available. Now, after looking all other IDEs, finally, if you ask me which IDE we choose for C++ or Python, and my answer is VS Code, because at the starting we discussed the criteria that how to choose the best IDE. We have 4 points need to consider: easy of use, performance, features, and platform supports. So all four criteria are fulfilled by VS Code. So definitely we choose VS Code. That's all for today. For more informative videos, please like, share, and subscribe Tech Bits with Aniket. Have a good day.